Hello, my dear students. How are you? I believe you all are having a good time and you are having sound health and mind. Let's have English class. Welcome to Amar Ghore Amar School. Before I begin my presentation, I want you to have a look at this conversation. You see, there are two persons talking. I'm going to read it out for you. Please stay with me. Where are you now? I'm going home after finishing my exam. How did you do the exam? I've done well. Can you see me tomorrow? Why? It's urgent. I'll be eagerly waiting for you. Okay, I'll certainly see you. If you have a look at this conversation one more time, you will find some words are underlined. Some parts of speech are underlined. What are they doing here? If you see, these words are talking about time, place, and manner. Time, place, and manner of an action. Have a look. I am going home, place. Now, time. Tomorrow, time. Eagerly, manner. So these words, in fact, answer the questions of when, where, and how. Now, can you guess what I'm going to teach you today? And in our lesson, we are going to cover adverbs and their functions, kinds of adverbs, and adverbials. So without much delay, let us start. You see, at the very beginning, I want you all to learn the definition of an adverb. You see, an adverb is a part of speech which adds something to the meaning of a verb, an adjective, and another adverb. You see, it generally says when, where, and how an action takes place. As I said, it answers when, where, and how. These are the secrets of adverbs. Now have a look at some examples. I had a wonderful fuchka yesterday. You will not get it anywhere. My mom makes it differently. If you look closely at these sentences, the first one, yesterday, talks about time. Second one, anywhere, talks about place. And the last one, differently, manner of an action. So, these sentences answers that three questions: when, where, and how. And this is going to be our lesson for the day. Adverbs. Let us learn the kinds of adverbs. Now, in adverb, there are many kinds, but today we are going to cover those kinds which are going to be very useful for your academic life. Let us start one by one. The first one, adverb of time. You can understand that it deals with time. It deals with the when question. So, if you have a look, an adverb of time describes when an action is done, related to time. Examples? I'm preparing my assignment now. I'll go to my new school tomorrow. And the third one, the train has already left. These underlined words are the adverbs of time because they answer when, they answer time. You see, I am going to prepare my lesson when? Now. I'll go to my new school when? Tomorrow. And lastly, the train has when left? The train has left already. The train has already left. So already means in the meantime. So these are the underlined words talking about the time of an action, and therefore they are adverbs of time. Second category, adverb of place. An adverb of place describes where an action takes place or where an action is done. Examples, the rocket went up. I have lived here for 2 years. And last one, stay near and listen to me. Very easily understandable. See, the word, the part of speech up talks about the place of an action. Where did the rocket go? It went up, which is an adverb of place. Second one, I have lived where? Here. It is also place. And lastly, stay where? Stay near. Now let me clear one more thing, that places, names of places are nouns. Now what is the difference between A noun, an adverb of place. Now the thing is, noun is the name of a place, but adverbs are places but not names. There is no place named up. There is no place named here, near. These are the places, but these are not the names of places. So they are talking about places, but not the names. That is why they are adverbs of place. Third category, adverb of manner. That is how an action is done. See the examples. The girl danced beautifully. How did she dance? Beautifully. We should eat our food slowly. How should we eat our food? Slowly. Cross the road carefully. How to cross the road? Carefully. So these underlined words are talking about the manner of an action. Therefore, they are adverbs of manner. In fact, they answer how question. If you question how, you get adverb of manner. Kind number 4, adverb of frequency. An adverb of frequency describes how often an action is done. The frequency of an action. Now, my dear students, to understand adverb of frequency quite clearly, have a look at this table. Here I have made a percentage of frequency of actions. By looking at these percentages, you can easily understand how frequently an action can be done. For example, always can be considered 100%. So you can say, I am always punctual to school. It means 100% time. Second one, usually. Let us assume usually means 90% times. So have a look at this sentence. We usually eat outside on Friday. It means most of the time. On Fridays, we go out for eating. So usually means at least 90% time. So this is talking about the more frequency of an action. Third one, generally, maybe 80%. So if I say the weather is generally mild here, it means most of the time of the year, the weather is mild. So generally is a wonderful use of adverb of frequency. Fourth one, often can be said 70% times. So if you say my friend often comes to my house, it means your friend comes to your house most of the time. Maybe out of 7 days, he comes to your house at least 5 days. So this is how, if you want to talk about the frequency of an action, you use these adverbs. Next, 50% sometimes. So when you say sometimes, it means maybe you do, maybe you don't do. So when you say sometimes I play computer games, it means 50% times you play. Not exactly 50%, but you assume that you may play computer games maybe on Sunday, on Saturday you may not play, on Friday maybe you played, on Thursday maybe you didn't play. So this is how you deal with adverb of frequency. So sometimes means maybe 50%. Then occasionally, so slowly we are going down. Less likely, less possibility. So when you say occasionally, it means not always, not sometimes, even less than that. So by reading at the sentence, you can easily understand, I occasionally eat chanachur. It means you don't always eat chanachur. You sometimes don't eat chanachur, but you eat chanachur occasionally. Maybe once a week, maybe once in 10 days. So this is how you describe frequency of your action. Now, seldom, maybe 15%. So if you look at this sentence, you can understand this is in fact a proverb. A barking dog seldom bites. It means when a dog barks, doesn't mean that it will bite. Maybe out of 10 dogs, maybe 1 or 2 dogs can bite you. But be careful of dogs, because sometimes they can be really crazy. So by using seldom, you talk about some less possibility of an action. Then we have rarely. Rarely means very little chance, very little possibility. If you look at this sentence, you can easily understand a person like Nazrul is rarely born. It means a poet, a great poet like Nazrul is not sometimes born. It is a rare case. It is a rare possibility because such a great poet is born rarely. So less possibility. Maybe in 100 years, there will be one poet like Nazrul. So we can use this adverb of frequency. And lastly, when you say never, it means there is no possibility, absolutely zero. If you say, I never cheat in the exam, it means you never do that, never ever. So this is your frequency of doing this action. So when you say, I never do this, you seriously mean it that you don't do it, which is absolutely zero possibility. I'm sure by looking at this table, you have understood adverb of frequency quite clearly. Dear students, next category, that is category number 5, adverb of degree. An adverb of degree tells us about the intensity or degree of an action, an adjective or another adverb. So by looking at this example, we can easily understand them. The first one, my brother is very happy. So if you look at this adverb very, it talks about the degree or intensity of an action or an adjective. Here, happy is an adjective. So if you want to say very happy, it means you are really, really happy. But you may increase the degree. You may say, I am extremely happy. I am so happy. So this is how we increase the degree of the adverb. Look at the second example. I am extremely sorry for that. So probably you have done something wrong, maybe a misconduct. So you can say, I am so sorry for my misconduct. I am really sorry for my misconduct. I am very sorry for my misconduct. But if you want to increase the intensity, then you use another adverb of degree. By saying, I'm extremely sorry for that, you increase the degree. So this is how we use adverb of degree. Third one, she is quite angry. Maybe someone has done something wrong. So the person, the lady, is really angry. So you can say she is so angry, she is really angry, she is very angry, she is quite angry. So this is how you can increase the intensity or the degree. So by using these adverbs of degree, we can easily express our feelings quite well. Now, my dear students, category number 6, adverb number 6, very easy. Interrogative adverb. You can easily understand it. Questions, time, place, manner, and cause of an action. If you look at these examples, you can easily understand how interrogative adverbs are used to make questions. The first one, where are you planning to visit? Talks about place. When and how did he solve the math? Time and manner of the question. And lastly, why did they leave the country? It is talking about the cause of an action. So, interrogative adverb, talking about questions. Next one, adverb of affirmation and negation. This adverb affirms or denies any statement. Have a look at these examples. You will surely pass the exam. By using surely, we are affirming the statement that he is going to pass. Second one, do you like shingara? Yes, I do. By saying yes, we affirm a statement. And last one, I did not go to the cinema yesterday. Here, by using not, we deny a statement. Remember the nursery rhyme? Johnny, Johnny, yes, Papa. Affirming the statement. Eating sugar? No, Papa. Denying the statement. So these adverbs, adverbs of affirmation and negation, talks about affirming or denying any statement. Very interesting. Now, my dear students, we will learn positions of adverbs. If you look at these examples, the boy is reading loudly. They are boating downstream. I live in Chattogram now. You can easily see that adverbs of manner, place, and time, they are used after the verbs they modify. After the verb, adverb of manner after the verb, adverb of place after the verb, adverb of time after the verb. So this is how we learn the placement of adverbs. More rules of placement of adverbs. If you look at these examples, the first one, he always speaks the truth. It hardly rains here. They rarely eat together. So if you look at these examples, you can see that adverbs of frequency, they are used in between the subject and the verb. See, subject, verb in between, we have used adverb of frequency. Subject, verb in between, we have adverb of frequency. So adverb of frequency is placed in between subject and verb. And lastly, if you have a look at these examples, you can see that adverbs of degree, they are placed just before the adjective or adverb they modify. You see, you are totally wrong. Wrong is an adjective. It is placed before that particular adjective. Lazy is an adjective. So somewhat, that adverb of degree is placed immediately before the adjective. And lastly, extremely well. He writes extremely well. So this is adverb of degree, which is placed immediately before the adverb it modifies. And my dear students, lastly, interrogative adverbs, they are always placed at the very beginning of the sentence. Very simple. Where was he born? Why are you so upset? When did you finish the test? Now, dear students, we will learn one more thing, adverbial. If you look at this screen, an adverbial is a single word or a group of words which modifies a verb. So it can be a single word or can be a group of words. Have a look. The first sentence, I parked the car here. One word, it is an adverb and it is also an adverbial. The second sentence, I parked the car right here. So instead of using here, I used a phrase, a group of words. So right here is also an adverbial. And lastly, if you look at this sentence, I parked the car, same beginning, right here under the bridge. It is adverbial, but not adverb. So by looking at these sentences, we can easily say that all adverbs are adverbials, but all adverbials are not adverbs. Now, dear students, we will learn adverbial of manner and time, same like adverb of manner and time. If you look at the first sentence, he spoke angrily. So, in place of angrily, if I say he spoke really angrily, so I used a phrase. Now have a look at the third example. He spoke in an angry voice. Here we used a preposition. This is prepositional phrase. So this is another example of adverbial and it is talking about the manner. So this is adverbial of manner. And let us go down here. We will go soon, talking about time. This is absolutely an adverb of time and also adverbial of time. But if you go down, we will go quite soon. We have used a phrase. So this is another example of adverbial. And let us use the third one. We will go in a few minutes. It is also talking about the time, but here it is in a phrase form, prepositional phrase. So this is adverbial, but not adverb. So these are the examples of adverbials of time. Now adverbial of purpose. So it talks about the purpose of an action. He is going abroad for higher studies. Why? What reason? What purpose? For higher studies. She studies hard to pass the exam. It is also talking about her purpose of studying. And lastly, they jumped in the pond to save the child. It is also talking about the purpose. If you look at these sentences, the underlined words are in fact examples of adverbials of purpose. They are not adverbs, but they are adverbials of purpose. Now, my dear students, last category, adverbial, examples of clauses. You know, clauses are parts of sentences. They are not sentences, but they are parts of sentences having a verb inside. You can see, I shall go after he comes. Here, after he comes is talking about the time. So this is also adverbial. It is not adverb, but it is adverbial, which is talking about time. Maybe I can say, I shall go then. So instead of saying then, I used after he comes. Second one, the girl had been married off before she was 18. So we can say the girl had been married off early. So instead of early adverb, we have used this adverbial, which is in fact a clause, before she was 18. Third one, you can sit wherever you like. So instead of this, if I say you can sit anywhere, anywhere is an adverb of place. But here we have used a clause which talks about the place of an action. So these are the wonderful examples of adverbials. So my dear students, now before we end, let us recap what we have learned today. We have learned the definition of adverb, the kinds of adverbs, and we have also learned the placements, the positions of adverbs. We also learned different kinds of adverbials and their uses. So I believe you have learned adverbs and their uses quite well. Now it is the time for homework. Dear students, this is your homework. You have to identify the adverbs and adverbials. And it is best if you can identify the kind. When your school opens, submit this homework to your teacher. So that's all for now. Stay well, stay safe, and of course keep learning English. Thank you.